Did Do Kwon crash UST and Luna intentionally by himself? This is a claim and a rumor that is going out right now due to a South Korean CoinDesk news article that was released that basically theorizes the whole way that Do Kwon and Terraform Labs would have gone about crashing Luna and UST in the way that they think they did go about doing so, pocketing the exploited money for themselves. This wouldn't be the first time we saw something like this happen. If you guys remember back last cycle, Verge did basically the same thing. They exploited their project, claimed it was some anonymous actor that they couldn't find, and just ran away with the money like a bandit. That is basically what CoinDesk is saying that Terraform Labs and Do Kwon did in this case, that they exploited their project for profit and are claiming that there's some bad actor out there who they have no idea who it is, when really that bad actor was themselves. Now, there's a twist to this story that links to Three Arrows Capital, so definitely stay tuned to the end because we're going to be talking about how this links to Three Arrows Capital and the rumor that's roaming about them as well. And for those of you who don't know, Three Arrows is run by Suzu, who's a big icon in the crypto space. They are one of the biggest VC firms in the crypto space. So this, the news that we're going to break at the end here is really big if true. But first, getting back to the claims that Do Kwon and Terraform Labs crashed Luna themselves. Luckily, our man FatMan on Twitter is investigating into this and doing a lot of fact-checking and thoroughly checking through this whole theory. And for those of you who don't know, we've covered lots of FatMan content. I've got about, I think there's 3 other videos just kind of discussing everything that he has covered until now. And FatMan is an account that was started on Twitter in May right after the crash of Luna. And they are clearly some sort of insider. They're anonymous, so we don't know who they are, but they've had a lot of inside intel on what's going on with Luna, some of the high-level chats we've even seen screenshots of. So they definitely know what they're talking about. They've been very factually based, so a lot of the information that FatMan is putting out, you can go and verify for yourself. And they've been a major critic of Lunaterra for this whole thing, basically, but they've been very objective, and that comes out in their investigation. So this is the thread that we saw by FatMan. He says, CoinDesk Korea just released a bombshell revelation that the wallet behind the UST depegging is actually owned by Terraform Labs. If true, this would mean that TFL intentionally caused the depegging. The news is wildfire. It's already big in Korea, and the data is found being used by Korean prosecutors. So remember, they're on trial or going to be on trial here very soon in Korea. So this is basically evidence that they're putting in the book. It's on Hubby Global as well, but I found a major hole in the report based on research from Uppsala Security, a chain analysis firm, making the whole thing untrue. Read their conclusion. The general idea is allegedly Terra's Binance account that got an initial deposit from Lunacy DAO is linked to Wallet A, the Curve UST dumper, because it also transacted heavily with Lunacy DAO. But the simple thing they missed is, so basically they were saying that this all happened. They linked them all to a bunch of Binance wallets that were linked to Lunacy DAO and Do Kwon. That's not Lunacy DAO's wallet. That's a KuCoin hot wallet. It makes the whole report nonsense because obviously 2 addresses are not linked simply by virtue of receiving money from KuCoin. And it means that they are both KuCoin users, nothing sinister and nothing proven. So for those of you who don't know, when you're on a centralized exchange like Coinbase, KuCoin, Binance, a lot of times they have wallet addresses that are hot wallet addresses, so that means that they're on-chain, it's easily accessible money that a lot of people access. So if you send money, Luna off of an exchange, it might have the same address as someone else who sent money off of an exchange. That's just because you're using the exchange's wallet when you're sending money, and so that doesn't mean that you are the same person, as the other people who are using the same wallet. There's lots of people that use the same wallet because it's the exchange hot wallet. That's basically what FatMan is saying here, that one of the wallets isn't even a Binance wallet, it's a KuCoin wallet, and it's a KuCoin hot wallet. So it's not even like a wallet that's assigned to one person or that one person is using. So that kind of foils the whole idea here. Now, Does that mean that Do Kwon didn't exploit the project along with Luna Sidao? Absolutely not. They still could have done it. It just maybe wasn't in this way. They might have gone about it a different way. Again, we've seen this, time and time again, where projects exploit, or teams exploit their own projects to make money, especially in a bear market when things are looking really rough. The teams start panicking, and this is often one way that they turn to it. And when you're in Luna's situation and Terra Labs' situation, that's a lot of money, a lot of market cap you could exploit and keep for yourself. So would I put it past them? Absolutely not. They definitely could have done this, but again, it just wasn't in this way. And I appreciate FatMan for this, because again, it would be really easy for FatMan to jump on the train of, oh, they did it, and ride it to town, because again, he's been a very heavy critic of Luna, Do Kwon, and Terraform's lab this whole time, but he is one that has come out and objectively said that this is false due to the research done. So again, pat on the back to him for that. Now, how does this all tie to Three Arrows Capital? Well, interestingly enough, there's been another rumor going about that says 3AC is going under and is becoming insolvent because of the Luna crash. They were heavily invested in Luna. For those of you who didn't know, even Three Arrows Capital, one of the biggest VC firms, was sort of, I don't want to say swindled, but they also got taken by the Luna situation as well. So that just goes to show you how high this went. It was something like a $500 million position they had in Luna that went under, which they may also be facing lots of other liquidations in the space. For those of you who haven't followed Suzu on Twitter and don't remember back, about 6 to 8 months ago, Suzu was very much bull tweeting. He was talking about how they were buying lots of stuff during the dip at that time. So they may have also fallen heavily victim. I mean, there's really no one that hasn't fallen victim to the crypto crash as a whole. And they were hit hard on the Luna side. They were hit hard on just the market in general. And now Celsius is stopping withdrawals and appears to also be going insolvent. And it looks like Three Arrows Capital might have had a lot of ETH or other assets in Celsius earning interest. And for those of you who don't know, Celsius works a lot like BlockFi. You deposit your money. It's sort of an exchange, but you can also earn interest on the tokens that are there by staking them and so on and so forth. They had a lot of vaults that were like MakerDAO vaults and stuff. And they're in a lot of trouble right now because those vaults are leveraged. And so they're nearing their liquidation prices, and so they've halted withdrawals. I don't even know if they're still back up. I think it's been for like 2 days now. They've halted withdrawals from Celsius, and it appears that Three Arrows Capital has also had a lot of money in Celsius. So Three Arrows Capital got hit with Luna. They got hit by the market, and now they're possibly getting hit by Celsius. And if Celsius goes under, that's going to be a lot of money lost. I mean, billions. It's going to be almost as bad as the Luna situation, and it's been apparently really bad for Three Arrows Capital and Suzu, which really stinks, man, because I feel like while yes, they are a VC and they've been out there to make money, there's no doubt about that. They've definitely been firm believers in the space. They definitely have injected a lot of capital into good teams. So it's, it's kind of sad to see a team like that go under. I don't think that, I mean, they might have done some stuff in the past that people didn't like because they were making money. I'm not talking about exploits. I'm just talking about them maybe going against the grain a little bit with the market. But ultimately, I think they were one of the better VC actors in the space. But even them, no one is safe right now. And so we'll be following the Three Arrows Capital situation very closely, too, because if they go under, that'll be massive. This is already shaping up to be uglier than the last bear cycle, just because I think there's so much more money involved now than there was last cycle. And on a macro scale, you've got the whole macro economy just looks really bad right now, even outside of crypto, which wasn't necessarily the same thing going on in 2018. You did have some macroeconomic stuff going on in 2018, but not like you see now. So, guys, if you haven't already, please please like and subscribe to the channel. Again, we're going to be covering this story all the way till the end, and apparently it's evolving. There might even be more stories that come off of this. So if you're interested, definitely hit the subscribe button. With that being said, guys, I will see you next time.